it's Erin Ramsey, and welcome to episode 7 of Drive Your Dream Home. Inspiration for everyone, from everyone. And I'm so excited to have my second son, Luke, with me today. Not only is Luke my fabulous second-born, good-looking, but he's super creative. He's a musician. He's 21. And, we've had so many conversations, over the last couple of years where he's actually turned into quite a philosopher, too. And he's inspired me in many ways. And I think that him sharing his story with you could maybe be inspiring to you or one of your kids. And so, Luke, why don't you tell us where you are and what you're doing, and so other people can learn from you a little bit.
Yeah, I make alternative electronic music, and I go by the name Anomalous Bass. And anomalous means deviating from what's standard or normal. And I think it fits my music and my personality well, because as far back as I can remember, I've always acted different and been interested in different things than most people. And my music definitely deviates from what's standard or popular now, but I think that it's really important to try to stick to what's important. Try to stick to what you want to do and what you think is important, rather than what you think is going to be popular, the quickest, or the most successful the quickest, because if you could be successful and sad, so you might as well do what you want to do and try to follow through with that.
Right. And so what we've been talking about is that in the music business and any really art form, or really even in corporate America, that everybody's kind of trying to do the same thing to appeal and losing that internal motivation.
Satisfaction.
Yeah, right.
People are trying to be successful rather than satisfied, because they've been preached their whole life that being successful in money and in a job is the key to happiness, but clearly it's not, because I work with bricklayers who have a huge history of drug problems that have been clean for 5 years. They take their kids to school every day. They always work. They always have a positive attitude and mentality. And then I went to a private school where there's 16-year-old kids driving brand new BMWs and are complaining about it. So it's like, there's really a whole different spectrum of happiness that society as itself preaches towards. There's the whole spectrum of happiness is not a time or place, it's a state of mind and how you perceive the world and how you take in everything. Like you can, throughout life there's ups and downs, and if you can appreciate the downs, and your ups are going to be so much better. If you understand when you're down, that's just time, like it's just something you're dealing with during that time, and that you can eventually get out of it, and then positive's going to happen, and then you'll have so much more appreciation for the positive. Like I was saying, the kids driving the BMWs complaining, but they don't have any real perspective of how lucky they are. You can't blame them from where they are and what they've come from, but I'm just trying to spread how we should keep in mind everyone else's perspectives and learn from each other, because we all experience life in a different way.
Right. And that, maybe they really do have things that are difficult in life, and their life appears perfect just because they have material wealth, versus somebody who may appear, that doesn't have a lot, but, is happy. Yeah. So it's really like a relativity to everything, and how important it is for us to keep
everyone feels emotions from different things. The same thing that might make me really sad might seem like no big deal to somebody else.
Right.
But it's all a matter of where you came from and how you experienced life. Like those rich kids who have everything, or it seems like they have everything. Maybe their parents are home enough, or maybe they don't get the attention they want in a certain way, and they feel the same amount of pain as some kid that has drug addict parents and is feeling that type of hurt. It's all a matter of perspective and situation. You can never blame someone for how they feel, as they don't have control over that.
Right. What we can do, though, is stay like you are with your music, about not just, getting pigeonholed and only thinking what's going to bring you money, but rather what's going to elicit your art form and what comes from your heart.
Yeah, what makes you feel satisfied.
Yeah, right. And then staying in the realm of unlimited possibilities is what Luke and I talk about all the time, right?
Yeah. Well, with my music especially, it's, like I said, most popular music, it's all very similar. It's created a similar way, but we use programs that give us we can literally do anything. Like,
Right.
It's literally limitless of what you can do. So it just blows my mind that people stick to the standard and normal thing because that's what's socially acceptable, rather than just like letting the creation flow and enjoying the time they have and enjoying the freedom to create what you want,
Right.
rather than thinking that success and being rich is what's going to bring them happiness.
Right.
But I think a lot of people that chase that get there, and it's not what they expected or what it's all cut out to be.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to that inside job. And when we talked about this, it makes me think of like that analogy where they have a fish in a little bowl,
Okay.
and then they put them in the big bowl, but they can't get out of the little bowl. They only swim in a little circle. It's because we're not open to all the possibilities.
And it's just like the school system. There's another similar analogy where it shows a fish in a fishbowl and a tree. And there's a monkey against the fish, and it says, "All right, whoever can climb this tree gets an A." So, which is ridiculous because everyone thinks differently. Everybody perceives things in a different way. So why not rather think that, oh, you're different, you don't learn like the normal person? Why don't we think, well, you don't think like the normal person, maybe we can learn.
Right.
Maybe we can take from that. And
Right.
we can take from the people that are good at the standard, because that's important. That's what keeps things together.
Right.
And then we can take from people that think artistically and open-minded to help those people find happiness outside of the standard and normal.
Right. And so you were kind of like the fish that was asked to go up the tree in a
Yeah.
lot of ways your whole life, right?
I always struggled in school growing up, but I really never had any trouble being social or
Yeah.
communicating or learning. I just did things a different way. Like, I'd always have to stay after school for extra help. I'd always have these people help me along the way, like the resource teachers at Memorial, Miss Tucker and all of them. And
Yeah.
they're all very helpful, and those are a perfect example of people that aren't making a lot of money, but their heart's in it. They're helping kids that actually need it and
Right.
really appreciate it. Like, I don't think I would have done near as good in high school without those people.
But so on the same hand, so you're like the fish that was asked to go up the tree, but now look at what you have going for yourself. Like, one of the reasons why I wanted Luke to come on is because being 21 and trying to chart your course for your life or stay in the realm of unlimited possibilities isn't always socially acceptable. It's a little bit harder because you're not conforming to what is expected
It's
or the
stressful.
social norm. Right. And
You-
so you're kind of like at the beginning of your dream. And what you said to me, what I wanted to put up here, and then I want you to talk about the stress, is that you have to put the work in, right?
Yeah.
Which you are
Well,
right
there's
now.
times where it's horrible, and there's times where it's just so much fun and you feel so rewarding about it. But you're not, like I said about life, there's that balance. In order to be good at what you want to do, there's going to be times when you're frustrated and you can't learn it, you can't figure it out, and you feel like, wow, this really, I don't think is going to happen. You know, like, I'm having so much trouble understanding and, you know, putting it all together. But it's when you do get past that, that's when it's the most rewarding. That's when
Right.
you feel the most satisfaction. But people think that that feeling is just rejection.
Right. And then there's so many people who are not going after their dream and still are going to have those feelings. So why not just go after the highest hanging fruit?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? We all live in the condition. We're all going to have pain.
It's
we're all
a
going to have failure.
There's a Jim Carrey quote where
What
he
is
says, what does he say? He says he was talking about how his father has preached his whole life about how you need to get a successful job and like provide for your family, and then his father lost his job and they spent many years struggling, and then Jim Carrey said right in that moment he realized that you can fail at doing what's standard or normal, so why not do something extraordinary?
Yeah.
If you fail at it, at least you tried, and at least you did something important, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's no guarantees, but
Yeah.
except staying true to your heart
There's
and
no
staying in
guarantees.
unlimited possibilities.
Yeah, but if you keep an open mind and you try to take positives from all angles, then you're going to enjoy life the whole way through.
right.
There's no easy way to do life. Everyone tries to act like they have the answers, and everyone tries to act like they're comfortable.
Right.
But in reality,
Right.
everyone's confused as hell about what the fuck's going on.
Exactly. So here's one from Luke that I love. Shit is hard, and so don't give yourself any pity. You know, it's like he says, shit is hard. You just got to keep doing it. You can't
Yeah.
be feeling sorry for yourself. So Luke's,
Everybody gets there. I get there all the time, and I'm always
Totally.
talking about the opposite of that.
yeah,
Like,
I know, but you know, my trick is as fast as you get back on. We're all
Yeah.
gonna fall off. Just get on faster.
the sooner you realize it, the better
yeah,
it's going to be.
right. So Luke's group, or his music, is called Anomalous Bass, meaning what?
Deviating from what's standard or normal.
Right.
And it matches my music perfectly.
Right. That you're staying in unlimited possibilities, that you're not chasing just the money, but you're really following your heart.
I honestly I'd be happy with a 1-bedroom apartment with a studio in it, as long as I had a group of people that like to hear what I created and I can have influence on those people in a positive way.
Right.
I don't necessarily want to tell anyone how to live their life. All I want people to know is that you can learn from people from all walks of life.
Right, be open-minded, open-hearted.
Because like there's this, my friends, for example, they're always saying, don't tell me how to live my life. You know, they're always constantly saying that. And
to you or to just people
just
in
in general and me, and
parents.
that's okay. I completely understand that, but I'm always trying to explain, like, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm just trying to help you in what I think can help. It's not ever trying to be pushy. I just want everyone to realize that
to look at other angles.
You can be positive in negative situations.
Totally.
You may be picking out that 10% out of that 90% negative, but why would you want to even see that negative?
Right.
Like, you have to be aware of it.
Yeah, and accept it and
accept
move on.
it, but you got to pick out the positives in order to be happy in everyday life.
Right. And to follow your dream when it's really hard,
yeah.
you know?
Shit's hard. Even,
right.
like, working at McDonald's is hard, probably, dealing with all that bullshit all day.
Doesn't matter
hard.
where you are.
Yeah.
It's how you make it. So the other real big takeaway, I think, is the vision and passion. And, you know, you don't meet very many, well, I shouldn't say that, but at least myself personally, I think that, you know, Luke is kind of an anomaly, that to be 21, to have kind of pushed back against the social norms, from the way that he was educated, even the way that we parented you, you know, and to come into his own as an artist and a musician, and how much courage that takes.
I'm never trying to tell people that I'm special or that I think a certain way and then that's how it is.
No, you be humble.
I'm just trying to explain that, like, when I'm in situations, I try to think of how other people would react.
Right. And then talking about it helps you too, right?
Yeah,
It keeps you on track.
Keeping it vocal and, like, talking about it more often makes me feel more, like, certain. Like I said, we're all completely uncertain of all the major answers we have about life.
Right.
We'll never know that.
Right.
So we just need to go through life putting energy towards the life we're living now and enjoy the life we're living now.
And not to waste the time. I wish that I could have had...
Because that's the only thing we're certain about. We're living right now.
The moment is all we have. Yeah. Right. And to be 21 and to know this, my gosh, Luke, I'm so proud of you. Really, I really could not be more proud. And that really, think about if, you know, people who are maybe a little older watching this video, and myself included, if I would have known all this at 21, I mean, the world truly would be my oyster much sooner than it is now. I think that you really do have just unlimited possibilities.
I feel lucky that I was raised in a situation where I can disagree with my parents and they can accept that. You know, I can think differently from them and they accept that. And that's a huge problem with society, is everyone thinks they're right. You know, that's natural. Like, when I'm in an argument, I think I'm right.
Right.
But I think it's really important to start keeping in mind, even when you think you're certain, you can still be wrong.
Totally.
Like, you can be literally, like, 100% sure, like, I'm right about this, but you could be wrong.
Totally.
Like,
I know.
Think about all the medical and everything that has to do with history, science, technology. 20 years ago, we think we're dumb as hell.
Yeah, right.
And it's constantly happening like that all the way through history. So, like, we really need to think, when you're 100% certain, you're not really 100% certain.
Yeah.
You really don't know. And that's okay. That all that means is that there's more stuff we can learn and experience, rather than, oh, I'm not sure about this. Stress.
Yeah, constrict instead of being open.
The fact that we don't truly know anything is honestly mind-opening, and it feels good to keep that in mind. Like, I really don't know any of the answers of life. I really don't know what's going to happen when I die. I don't know what's going to happen next. But I do know that at least that opens all these possibilities, and there's so many interesting things out there, and unlimited beauty and experiences that we can create. So why be afraid of it? Why be afraid of the unknown? We should be embracing it and taking it in.
Totally. God. Luke, I'm so proud of you. I love you so much.
I love you too, Mom.
I do. All right, guys. So if you want to be on Drive Your Dream Home, or you want to nominate somebody, email me at aaron@aaronramsey.com. I have a little tear in my eye of my baby boy. I'm so proud of him. And you know what? We maybe did listen to him, but not as much as maybe we could have. And that's a message to parents. And now that we're through that and we can be adults together and truly learn from each other, that is really what a strong family is about.
I always get these things where I always have these feelings where there's elderly people or older people that, they've had experiences, so it's really understanding for them to think that they've got it figured out. They've spent a lot more time on the earth. They've had a lot more experience than me, so you have to respect that.
Right.
But at the same time, those elderly people and older people have a lot to learn from people my age, because we grew up in this generation. We grew up in the time period we're living in, so we have a completely different understanding of the world.
Right.
So we need to learn from each other. If
Totally.
the older people can be open-minded to the younger people, I guarantee you the younger people are going to listen a lot easier.
Totally. God, right there's a whole nother Drive Your Dream Home, right?
I'm just telling
Maybe
you.
we write a parody book or something.
I can go about this all day.
I know. I'm with you, man. I'm so proud of you, and I love you so very much. All right, so aaron@aaronramsey.com if you want to be on Drive Your Dream Home. And please, if you like these videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd like to get a bigger following so I can name the YouTube channel link the way that I want to name it. So keep driving your dream home. Remember that we can all inspire each other in all different ways. Let's just start talking about it. See you later.
Bye.